Hi, everybody. Welcome back to That's Debatable. Today is a very special day because we have our first guest, my friend Kaylin Wiley.
Hey, guys.
And today we're going to be talking about the differences between content creation East Coast versus West Coast. So we're doing an old style East Coast, West Coast debate. So get ready for it because this one's going to be a good one. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to That's Debatable. This is one of my friends, Kaylin. We'll get into like a little bit of the gig of how we know each other because I know that everybody was like thrown off at first. It was like two different universes of TikTok coming together that people did not expect. But today we're going to be talking a little bit about our experiences just being content creators, or other people like to say the word influencer, and I personally hate that word.
Okay.
That's not my gig, that's not my zhuzh, and that's not who I am, but we'll be using that one just because I feel like that's what everybody's used to.
Yeah.
But navigating the influencer world and the difference between the West Coast and the East Coast. And before everybody's like, you guys are both East Coast creators, we have West Coast experience because this is gonna get into how we know each other. Kaylin and I were actually in a content house, which is, I feel like, the typical route for every creator at one point or another. But we met in a content house way back when, which is only like a year ago?
Yeah. Well, are we talking about the auditions? Like it was a whole process.
Yeah,
to get in.
I mean, we could. Yeah, let's talk about how we like first kind of met each other, because
Right.
you're my first friend that, as a creator, I don't really have creator friends. Like I have mutuals, but I don't really have like friends in the creator space.
Yeah,
I have friends
you're my
outside
first,
of it.
like, real one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
I
I know creators, but like I would say you're my first like real
slay.
friend that also does social media.
Okay, slay.
Yeah.
I also want to like I have friends outside of it, because I maybe sound like I was like a big time loser. I have friends outside of it,
Right.
But as far as like in the space of what I do, this is probably the only one that
Yeah.
I would be like, this is my friend. No shade, no tea to the other ones. There's like, I thought we were friends, but whatever. But yeah, I guess we can kind of get into like, I mean, well, how did you first get that glorious email that changed our lives?
Changed my whole life. Basically, I was managing myself at this time, so I always
Slay.
got flooded with emails every day. And then I seen this one email, Content House. Mind you, I've been invited to content houses before. They just never like worked out, I guess. Like I get excited, then boom, we're not doing it no more. Whatever.
Right.
So I get this email and I'm like, okay, interesting. But the time I found out, it was like, by the way, your audition's tomorrow.
Yeah, same.
So I was like, whoa, okay, whatever.
There's like no space.
No space to even think. I was just like, okay, I guess my audition's tomorrow, whatever. Then I did it and then got in.
And the rest is history. And let me just preface it with the house was, I guess once you start doing content creation, you get these emails all the time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, come be a part of this house. Come be a part of this house. The rug house, the cool house, the sway house. Like every single house that you could possibly imagine, you're going to get an email for it. But for whatever reason, I also think that we were both in really weird areas of, I guess, our career because of the fact that we're on the East Coast. And if anybody, obviously everybody knows, Los Angeles is like the epicenter of content creation.
100%.
And it's like, if you aren't in LA and you're not creating content, you're not doing shit with your life. You're going nowhere. So at that point, it was like, I was serving tables still. And I was like, I have almost 3 million followers. I'm not making any money off of this. I'm not doing something right because I'm seeing people with less followers than me going on these trips, doing all these things. Like, what is it that I'm not doing? And literally, as I'm having that thought, I was like, give me a sign, universe, of what I should do.
Yeah.
And literally, I got an email. And I was like, okay, maybe I have to do this. And I had the same experience.
Yeah, it was just basically like everything was kind of the same. I kind of had like, I was in a weird state because, you know, I hit the 1 million followers. It was cool. I had an office job at a moving company.
Slay.
Like, yeah, that was, you know.
With moving furniture.
Yeah. Well, on the computer, I can't move
but
the
you were
couches.
playing The Sims. She was playing The Sims. She says, I was moving
Sims.
furniture. Bitch was playing The Sims.
On the computer. And, like, I kind of did the same thing. I was like, okay, I've hit this. I work with these brands, but I'm like, I'm still in Virginia. Nothing's really happening. I seen people go to events, all this jazz. I was like, man, I want that. Like,
right.
I want that too.
I was like, why not me?
Why not me?
Why not me? And
then I got the email and I was like, okay. Well, I just thought I was like, okay, another email, whatever. They're gonna, here's the carrot. Oh, we're not doing it no more. Right. You don't live in LA.
It. Oh, they did it.
Yeah.
They did it. And I know we're making, like, not only did they do it, but they traumatized us at the same time. Like, when I tell you, it's just whatever. The process of it was, every single process of it was a red flag. And then at that point, we were like way into it way too deep. And we won't get into like the actual logistics of it. I feel like that's a whole nother episode for a whole nother time. Yes. But like the beginnings of it was just like, obviously they're selling you a dream. Yeah. That's what they always do.
And they showed it too. Because a lot of people, when I tell them I was in a contest, they're like, oh, you should have known. I'm like, no, but if they flew us out. We met really known people. Yeah. They really showed us private chef. They showed us the whole
They used their whole Badusi in this. Yes. Like, they did it all just for, like, them to be like, yeah. Like, they sold the dream. They really did it.
And showed it. Like, we seen it. It wasn't, like, pictures. It was, like, we went to
LA,
there, met different people.
Yeah. And I think also the experience I was like, you know what? If I really want to start taking this, like, whole content creation thing serious, maybe I should try to go to LA. Right. Me being the dumb, I live right next to the best city in the world, New York City.
Absolutely.
And I every time I say that, people are like, well, you haven't been here. I don't care. This is not up for debate. Mm-hmm. This is not up for debate. New York City is one of the best cities in the world. And I live right next to it. But I genuinely was like, maybe I should go to LA, try it out, because obviously I see all these other influencers or whatever living their best life out there. We ended up doing the house. That's how her and I met. Mm-hmm. Because we actually ended up getting into the final round and we were accepted into the house, mm-hmm. along with like 6-7 other creators.
Yeah, something like that.
Something around that. And again, this was a very new space for me, and I went in it knowing nobody. And you knew some people.
Yeah, I knew I had mutuals with some people, but other than that, like, I had my experiences in LA. Prior, I got flown out before meeting creators. Okay, but wait, let me stop. Whoa, I paid for everything. Had to pay for the Airbnb, pay for my ticket. I was not flown out. Let me
take that back.
Yeah, let me take that back. But I had met influencers before, and man, there's a difference. There's a difference between.
And I think that was the biggest takeaway from being in the house and living there for like X amount of months, was the difference between the coasts, mm-hmm. of how content creation influencer world is treated on the West Coast and on the East Coast. And both have their pros and cons.
Absolutely.
But when you make the list of pros and cons, there is one I'd rather be. And it's obviously East Coast.
Yep.
But I think a lot of it too was just like, we get in there and we were so excited, and we're getting offered like, okay, now we finally get to go to events, and mm-hmm. now we're finally getting to kind of do these things that we've been talking about, but not really, because they were very like, I don't even want to get too much into like them, but like they were very much
underwhelming.
It was very underwhelming. Yeah. It was very underwhelming because the situation that they tried to set, the dream that they sold us in on the very first time was not what we got.
Yeah.
And if you hear people talk about content houses, every single time people walk out with a bad experience. I have never talked to somebody that's been in a content house and been like, it was the best time of my life. Like, no, there's always something that goes wrong. And in this specific instance, I think it was a bad blend of people together. Like the house just didn't make sense.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be.
Everyone did something different.
Everybody did something completely different, and like everybody got their own bag in their own way, and it just didn't make sense. It made it really difficult to like kind of work together, and also it was so many different personalities, so many people, everybody was going through something brand new, mm-hmm. so everybody had their own way of dealing with things, and on top of that, the people that are supposed to take care of us weren't really taking care of us, but what it is. But we really did get to experience like going to these events and seeing even like some of our mutuals, some of the biggest like creators on the Click-a-Clock, and it just being so underwhelming.
Yeah.
And every single, like, to a point where I would literally have like breakdowns. Like, we would have hour-long meetings. Like, it was, and I'm not saying like 2 hours. We would have 8-hour meetings. For no, like, literally. And
just
again,
about nothing.
Just literally about nothing. And what it really was about was the fact that and I don't know about you can agree or not, but I was not in the place I should have been. And Los Angeles is not something for me. I very much realized that, just because of the culture and the overall attitude of just what they're expecting out of you and what people expect to see. Like, I felt like I stuck out like a sore thumb. I didn't realize I had a Jersey accent. I didn't realize I had an accent, period, until I went to Los Angeles. And people were like, you're not from here. And I was like, well, to be honest with you, half of you motherfuckers aren't even from here. Yeah. Everybody, I don't know. I think I met one person in that whole time that we were there that was actually born and raised in LA.
Yeah.
Everybody else was like, I'm from here, I'm from here, I'm from here, I'm from here. And it's such a like a isolating thing of just like, well, I mean, well, back where I'm from, everybody born and raised in Jersey, born and raised in New York. Like, this is everybody born and raised in it. But you stick out like a sore thumb, even though it's like, but you're not even from here either. Yeah. So why are you pointing the finger at me? But
also something I noticed is too with a difference is, like, you know how people, how you stick out and it's like, oh, who is she? She's not from here. Whereas like if you're on the East Coast, what I've noticed in my personal experiences is like here on the East Coast in Virginia, it's like, I'm popping. You know, people think I'm cool. People think I'm cool. They're like, shit. Yeah, they're like, yes, go with your TikTok followers. Go with that 1 million. Yes, you just hit 1.5, like, period. Whereas there, it's like, okay, like, my mom has 1.5 million followers. Like, who are you?
The conversation, this is the biggest difference. And the biggest difference that I will agree with you on is look at the difference of the conversations.
Yeah.
When you go to these events in Los Angeles, they're very much dependent of like, hey, what do you do? Oh, cool. Let's exchange Instagrams. Do you do it on TikTok too? Oh, let's exchange TikTok. Oh my God. And then that way, that basically is code for, are you worth talking to or are you not worth talking to?
And you can feel it too.
Right. You feel the energy change, as opposed to like, for example, oh my God, it was absolutely aggravating. I met somebody and it happened on such a consistent basis that I started picking up on the code of just like, you don't want to say, hi, how are you? Where are you from? You don't want to have to do the small talk. Let's just get to it. Let's just get to, oh, what's your Instagram? What's your TikTok? Let's exchange.
Yeah.
So that I see how many followers you have. And now I'm going to decide if I'm going to bother talking to you or not. And if you don't have either what I have or over me, I'm not talking to you.
You're not worth it. And you literally feel like I'm a nobody here. I'm literally just like a little raindrop in like this big ocean.
Right.
No one wants to genuinely be your friend. They want to see what they can get off of you.
Can we do a collab? Oh, we should collab. I cannot tell you how many times I have heard people in Los Angeles be like, oh, we should collab. We should collab. We should collab. And I'm like, well, girl, I don't do collaborations on my page unless I genuinely think of an idea. Like, I'm not going to meet up with somebody just to make a video. Like, yeah, I understand that that's probably like the business of it and you should do that. But like, why am I going to make a video that I'm just like, well, now let's think of an idea. Now it's just awkward. It's not genuine. It's not like, it makes no sense. And in New York or East Coast, a lot of it, obviously, if you go to the same events, people, I'm not going to lie, there are some people that care about it, but it's more so, oh, where are you from? I'm from here. Oh, what are you doing? What are you working on? Like, what are you doing to prove yourself in this room outside of your follower count? Because you can have 15 million followers and absolutely be doing nothing. Like, it literally does not matter how many followers you have in the East Coast. It just genuinely matters, honestly, which kind of sounds shallow. Each end sounds shallow. The industry within itself is just shallow.
Very.
But it's, who do you know? What are you working on? What are you going to? What events are you going to? Let's network. We'll exchange, but let's hang out. Let's do this. Let's mutually benefit each other. Right. Like, it was very much just in LA. Oh, you only have 100,000? Oh, you have a mil? Oh, you have 2? And it was a really awkward experience because I think at that point I was one of the biggest creators in the house. Yeah. And it was just like I saw the differences between how they would talk to people. And I'm like,
interesting.
This is not cute. This is not like, you're all up on my ass. You're all like, oh my God, I love her. And then for the rest of them, I introduce you. Oh, this is this person.
Hi. Okay.
No energy. And I mean, you could tell me if it's different, but like, genuinely, it just felt so, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, superficial. Yeah. It felt so superficial. And we were talking about this earlier about why we think it's like that. And LA, again, being the epicenter of like influencers or whatever the fuck, content houses live there. And I can't tell you how many times. It feels so cliquey. Because it's like,
oh my gosh.
There's the towel house, the shower house, the plant house, the podcast house. Like, and I think it's also due to the fact that nobody is really from there. Like, they all move there either with their friends or they're moved there with other mutuals that they're like, let's just stay in this house together, make content, and just push it out to the world. And then this is going to be our clique, and this is who we'll get to parties with. Mm-hmm. But we found that it was like, oh, whose party is it? Oh, it's the shower kids party. And it's like, all right, well, like, this is kind of the energy that it is. It's very cliquey. It's very
like no one's, I feel like here on the East Coast, it's like there's East Coast creators and it's like this person's big here, this person's bigger. It's not like in LA, it's more of like this group is them, they're friends with so and so, they're associated with so and so.
Right. They don't talk to these people.
Yeah.
So don't talk to these people, because if you talk to these people, these people are going to get pissed off at you and they're going to try to cancel you.
And it's so weird because cancel culture is such a big thing.
Oh my God,
when
it's
cancel
so
culture,
fucking stupid.
It's literally in friendships too in LA. And it's like there's no forgiveness. There's like, you do one like even small thing and it's just like, you're the scum of the earth.
Literally.
Cancel her. I'm going to make a video about her. Like, it's
just
like that.
And I'm going to tell all your deepest, darkest secrets. And I feel like that was a disconnect that we both had. Because back home, the friends that I have in my life, I've had for over 10 years.
Yeah.
Over 20. I have relationships that have been in my life for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, these are not friendships that just out of the blue just happened. Mm-hmm. These are long-term friendships that will be with me for the rest of my life. In Los Angeles, it's I meet you one time, you have 5 million followers, you're my best friend now.
We're best friends.
We're best friends now. And now tell me your secrets. Now, did you know that? And I'm gonna tell you my secrets, so that you can tell me your secrets. And now here's what it is. And this is the exchange now. And now we're best friends. Lifelong. You saved my life. I love you. You are my everything. Me, I'm like, oh, we are not friends. Oh, we are not. And that was a really, really hard pill to swallow for a lot of, I was a very big, like, people were not my biggest fans. Cause I was just like, we're not friends. We're not friends. We're not friends. And it just is what it is. And even outside in social settings, at events, we would meet people and I would see them, I think, at an event again. And all of a sudden, like, we're like the best. And of course, I'm always going to be kind.
Yeah.
Like, always going to be kind. But like, if you're telling me all your deepest, darkest secrets, that doesn't mean I'm going to go in and start being like, well, this is what happened to me when I was a child. Like, no, I don't build relationships like that. And in LA, that's how relationships are built.
It's literally you sit down and it's like, okay, so what's the tea? What influence do you hate? I heard this so-and-so from them.
You hate them? I'll hate them too until I hate you. And then I'm going to go over there and tell them that you hate them.
Ooh, that's the tea,
and
that's the tea.
That's the giggity.
That very much is.
Right.
It's like a big thing for me is when I kind of make a friend or like, to me, to call you my friend, where I ride for you, you're my friend. But I feel like with there, it's like you look at how long people are friends, and if you look at LA culture, it's like, okay, so and so are friends, but they've been friends for like a couple months, but they post how they die for them,
literally.
And it's like me and you, like, same with my friends. I've had friends since the womb. Like,
we just became friends today. That's it. We just know. But
and it's like, and you can pick it up too. Like with you, it's like if we're being real, I've known you for like maybe over a year, a little over a year, and it's like, but there's a reason why me and you are still so close and we're still friends, because I feel like we have different values and what we've grown up, just being over here and just being like what we're used to, and it's like in us too.
Yeah. I also think
it's important to us to have like long friendships.
Exactly. I also think just in the case of the house, it was just a very, again, you live with a whole bunch of people, but it's still a very isolating experience. And, everybody kind of dealt with that in their own way. And I think that I relied on you heavily, because I was just like, I don't feel like I'm speaking the same language as these people sometimes. I feel like I'm talking maybe like not proper, but I just don't know what certain expectations people had of me coming into a room, for example. Like, I know that, and that's a really big thing too, because in Los Angeles, everybody knows everybody, because everybody's on TikTok. I don't know anybody on TikTok. I genuinely do not know.
No, she literally did not know. Like, the house, we would have to like educate, like, Emely, this person follows you. Like, how do you not know who this is? Emely knew nobody.
And they're like, oh my God, that's that person. And I was like, I have no idea who that is, because I genuinely go on TikTok, I post my videos, and then I go onto my For You page, and my whole For You page is pop culture conspiracies. That's it. I'm not getting like the other like creators of like, I don't know these people. Like I genuinely don't. So they had to fully explain it to me. And I remember like people coming up to me and obviously they see the page and having a certain type of expectation that it's like, whoa, so we're not all just doing this for fun? Like this isn't just like a little
for them, it's their whole life. This is
their life. And to a point, yeah, it's my life. This is how I make my living. Yeah. But like, relax. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun.
I have fun making videos.
Exactly. It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be a job. Like, and that's the whole point of it. That is how, like, I don't know. Like, I was just like, this. Oh, well, I don't take that serious.
Yeah.
Like, I remember somebody specifically. I won't say who, but they were like, well, that's not how you're supposed to. Like, you act like this on the page. You're supposed to act like this out of your life. And I'm like, well, that's the thing. The page is the account is a version of myself.
Yeah.
It's me, but it's a side of me. It's like an onion. You know, you peel back the onion, bitch. We're layers. I'm versatile, bitch. Like there's so much about me that it's like, yeah, I don't share on the page because why? Like I do this for fun.
Ooh, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole thing. I was like, people are too vulnerable and they post too much. I've noticed that. It's like it's their life, whereas like they share their life with millions of people. Like I'm talking every detail people share. Like these TikTokers share their absolute most tea. And I'm like, there's things you got to keep private. Like I'm still Kaylin outside of @Kaylin Wiley on TikTok.
Right.
You know, you are Emely
outside of
Emely with an E.
Exactly. But I feel like that's also a huge difference because in New York, you see the work ethic that people put behind their videos. And it's like for them, I've gone to different events and people would just be like, I love what I do. And I love that I get to be creative on this platform. But like I met this one creator and he is so talented. His videos have gone so viral. But I don't want to say his name because I don't know if he maybe wants to be associated with That's Debatable podcast. But no, I see him all the time and he's so nice. But there's so much time and attention that is put onto those videos because it's all like graphic design type of videos. And that's the one person I actually did know. And I was like, whoa, I can't believe I'm meeting you. Like, this is crazy. And he does the Agna mode. Like, it was like this.
I gotta see.
Yeah, I'll show you after. But even just when he speaks about his stuff, it's like, this is a craft, but it's something that I nurture and I take care of. And it's not something that I take for granted. It's something that I love to do. And I always have to remind myself that first, that I love to do this. Los Angeles, it's like, push out as many videos as you can in one day because I swear to God, if you don't, you're not going to go viral. And if you don't go viral, you're not growing. And if you're not growing, then you're nobody.
Yep.
Shit.
And like pressure.
Like, I'm like, oh my God. I even felt pressured. I was like, okay, this is too much. Like, you're doing too much. And it's like, over here, I feel like it's more of a craft that you love and you grow and you nurture it and take care of it. And I'm sure there's people over here that do think like that, of course. But in LA, it's like, even when we're at an event, let's make a video. Yeah. No, I'm at an event. Let me chill,
We would even get in trouble for not making videos.
We would get in trouble for not making videos.
Full on threatened to get kicked out. Like, look, you haven't posted in a day, you might get kicked out. And it was just like, I post, if I'm not genuine in my post, they're not going to turn out good. Exactly. Like, it's going to be like rushed and it's like, I don't like this. And I very much care about what I put out.
Exactly.
Like, there's a whole process I need to, like, get into my mode. But it's like, at this event, y'all have to make this content. And it's like,
this
meeting people. Because we met different creators in the house and it was so weird. Can y'all imagine? Literally, okay, we going to the beach. Okay, this house is coming here. Make content. You've never seen these people before in your life.
I've never seen their and me not being the freaking grandma of the house. One, I was the oldest one in there. I was literally out of even the people that were supposed to be older. I was the oldest one in there.
Okay.
I was the oldest one in there. I don't really use the app like that, and all of a sudden, I'm getting told I have to make content with somebody that's like, man, this wasn't a real example, but if this person, he washes carpets on TikTok, so make content with him. Yeah. What the fuck are we supposed to do here? Like, what are we genuinely? I'm like, no. And I literally would be like, because I was the one that's like, what you're not going to do is dictate. And I got in big trouble for it. I was like, you're not going to dictate my platform.
Yeah.
By all means. If you think that you could do it better, then baby, do it.
Yeah.
But there's a reason that I'm here. There's a reason that I got myself here. If you think you could do it, by all means, try. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. But it's like, you're not going to tell. I would literally be like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
No. Why? You know, at the end of the day, like, you're in the business of content creation and you have to build content. And I'm like, because why is the atmosphere here so thick? I'm like, just let it chill. Just let it chill.
And then when did the content get good? Like, when we started collabing, it was after we invite them over. We play our Mario Party. We play
Mario Party with them.
Right. And it's like, then I'm like, okay, you're my friend now. Then the content comes naturally.
Literally.
But there's very much, y'all have 4 hours to make content. If y'all don't do it, you ruined your chance.
You're right. What are the ideas that you guys have? Like,
we can't pitch you the brands. Like,
exactly. It's like, whoa, it's just never that serious. And I understand it is like, there's a level of seriousness in New York, but it's a level of seriousness that I like. That it's like, yeah, I do what I do, but also like the business behind it is a whole nother thing that they don't want you to know. They want you to just make videos. We'll worry about the business. But if you're not worrying about your own business, then that's how people are stealing money from you. And that's how we got money stolen from us. Like, because, and that's the energy though. And look how many content houses are in LA versus New York. And there are content houses in New York, but do you really ever hear of them? Like, there's maybe one or two that I think I've heard of. And they weren't content houses of just like the Soil House. It was like major corporations putting together like a house, and they have a certain goal for you to be like, we're gonna take you to all these concerts. That's what we do. We're not here to tell you to make content. We're here just to show you, like, go to this festival or go to these restaurants. Like, it's very different. Like, even just the difference of the content houses, New York, LA, it's like night and day. Over there, it's just, you're basically like a cow, and they're milking you and milking you and milking you and milking you. That's the best way to describe it. I saw something the other day where somebody was like, if you get burnt out, it's because you're not doing what you do authentically. Yeah. Because there's such a thing as burnout, and YouTubers have gone, because YouTube is a whole different playing field. Like, that's hours of dedication and editing and doing all that. And trust me, we tried. And like, I have an editor for my YouTube at this point, because I can't. I genuinely, I'm like, this is just like, it's a lot. And also with the other platforms, like, it's just something that I'm not good at. I'm learning and growing, and eventually when I can do it by myself, I will, but whatever. But it's like, I don't even know where I was going with that. But if you are just living your life and your content is just you can't get tired of yourself. Like, I know I get tired of myself every once in a while. That's fine. But it's not so much of a thing of like, I wake up every morning like, all right, today I'm going to tell a story about the time that didn't. No, it's like, you know what happened to me the other day, bitch? This and this and this and that. Like, that's how it should be. And that's how you walk away from burnout, especially as if you are a TikTok creator. And unfortunately, that's what we are. Like, unfortunately, like, because like, it just gets such a bad rep. It does, because of Los Angeles, because of that culture, because of the culture of like the renegade. Like, I don't renegade on the fucking app. I'm 24 years old. I'm not busting my ass on an app. Like, I'm not showing up my booty. I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm doing. Like, I'm genuinely just, it's my personality on a platform. That's it. You do skits. Like, you, because I like acting. Acting is my thing. That's her gig. That's her zhuzh. But it's not like, it just gets such a bad negative rep. And even when it's like, it's just so annoying. Every time I go to LA and people be like, oh, but you're nothing like your account. What the fuck? Yeah. Girl, are you crazy?
People even ask me, so they're like, oh, like, how's Emely in person? I'm like, bro, Emely is like literally like the calmest, chill, holds everything down. Like, of course, like, we all have our moments where it's like, you know, Emely with the E pops out if she needs to pop out. Right. But it's like, other than that, I'm like, bro, me and Emely can literally sit and just talk for hours, just like this, just like talking.
Just chill. Like, and so many times in LA, people would look at me like I had 10 heads, because they're like, oh, but this is, I was like, do you understand? Again, this is an onion, bitch. Look at an onion, peel it back. I'm not yelling all the time. Yeah. Now, don't get it twisted. I did have my moments. Absolutely. I did have my moments where I did put my foot down and everybody realized, oh, okay, well, that's where the videos come from. That moment. Am I acting like a menace 24/7? No. Like, no. And I shouldn't be expected to. And I feel like in Los Angeles, we were expected to act exactly what we were on the platform. And I remember having a meeting and being like, this is a version of myself. That's it. I was like, but this isn't me 24/7. And you can't expect me to be that 24/7, because that's not it. Like, for example, if your friends are doing like a little Instagram video, bitch, you're going to be like, yeah, live, slip, right? But are you doing that 24/7? No. It's not what's happening. It's just a part of yourself. And honestly, I think I'm a little bit more calm than people would ever like assume me to be. But it's like, and even with you, people are just like, girl, like you have to understand, like we do this for fun. It's still something for fun. And in the West Coast, it's not for fun.
But I can respect the hustle though.
Right.
Like not even just to like bash, the West Coast. It's like you said, there is pros and cons. And like
there's hustle there.
There's hustle in LA. Like they want to go viral. They
go viral.
They want to go to this event. They want to go to this party. They make it happen.
That's what I'm saying. And that's
respect. But I mean, it's just not for me personally. Like when we got kicked, when we didn't get kicked out,
we got kicked out of that house.
We got kicked out of the house.
And not just because we did. Everybody got booted out of that house.
Everyone got kicked out.
Everyone got booted out of that house. So quick, night and day, goodbye, no communication. We're blocking your ass.
Literally.
We got kicked the fuck out. And again.
But I was so happy.
I was so happy.
And like.
I was like, fucking hallelujah.
Literally.
These fucking bitches. Fuck you.
I was so happy to leave. I think I went to the airport literally like 6 hours before. I literally left like after you.
Yeah.
Like middle of the night. I was like, I just can't do this no more. Yeah. I slept, but I always felt tired. Like being in LA is when my anxiety.
We were anxious.
I think when I came back, I think I truly needed help. I was like, I can't describe it to no one else. I was like, just being in LA with all that pressure, all that the people there,
the drama.
Oh my gosh,
that could be like 5 different episodes. Like,
literally, it's just like everything's drama. I'm like, y'all are the weirdest people I've ever
encountered in my. I was like,
ever.
I felt like I was living in the Twilight Zone. I was like, and where in the fuck did they put me? I'm like, and to the point where people was just like, and again, it's pros and cons with everything because in LA, everything is expedited because you're pushing content out every single day. You're at these events. You're talking to these people. You're trying to be friends with these people. You're trying to connect. What's your Instagram? And at a point, you start falling into the culture of like, what's your Instagram? Let's exchange. Let's do. So everything goes at such a rapid pace. So you do get results much quicker. I will say that. Like, and also the weather is just beautiful. Like,
it's nice.
The weather is beautiful. Like, it's, I don't want to, again, we're just almost threw up. Even trying to just say something nice, I was regurgitated all that. But no, it does have its good. But just like it has its good, it has its bad. Just like New York has its bad. Like New York is not, people are not as approachable as they are in Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, you can go to an event by yourself and you'll come out with like two to three different friends. They may not be real friends, and they may try to like stab you in the and not in the back, right in the forehead. Yeah, like they want you to make eye contact with you as you're getting stabbed. Yeah, like. But hey, at least you got to have an interaction with somebody at an event. In New York, it's a little bit more difficult. It's a little bit more like, I feel like people over here hold themselves with a certain like prestige, which is so annoying at the same time. But it's like, bitch, we all make videos on the internet. I need everybody to realize on each coast, we make videos on the internet. That's what we do. I know y'all want to hold yourself to whatever caliber you want to hold yourselves up to.
Oh yeah, bro.
But we make videos on the internet. It's for fun. It's not meant to be taken so serious. Like, that's why that's why people follow me. I don't know about y'all gigs, but like either or, it's educational. People are making like
entertainment.
It's entertaining.
Like,
you're here to entertain. Like,
and also like
why do you gotta be so serious?
It's like their egos in LA are just so like here, and it's like,
oh my god,
whether you have 15 million or like 100K, it's like we do the same thing.
We do the same thing.
We do the same exact thing, and it's like you just happen to have more people watch yours.
Exactly.
But we do the same thing. Like I feel like a lot of creators in LA think they're like Beyonce sometimes. They walk in and they expect everyone to like. I've even been to an event and it was like just standing there waiting for people just to take pictures of them. Just like not telling us like, okay, so where's like my audience? Like, and it's like you see it, you can tell, you see these people. They're not, hi, like I want to get to know you. You seem cool. I like your content. It's like, who are you? Okay, we exchange. Okay, bye babes. Bye babes.
And the look at it, if you have anything with an M over your stuff, especially if you got over like 10 mil, they're like, oh my god, I love your content. I literally had somebody come up to me and be like, I love your content. You're so fun. After we exchanged, and I can tell she had no idea who I was. No idea. Oh, wow. All it was just like, what's your Instagram? Instagram. Okay, like if you've seen my face before, you've probably like, you could either be like, oh, you look really familiar, like, or my voice. Like my voice is, I think, pretty distinct. I don't know. They tell me I sound like a South Park character, so Comedy Central, get at me. But you have some type of inclination when it's like, oh, whatever. Then I show her my TikTok, and instantly, all of a sudden, she knew who I was. She goes, oh, I've seen you before. And I was like, oh, yeah. She goes, I love, like, when you do, the makeup ones.
Because what makeup?
Because what makeup? Because what makeup, bitch? I said, I yell in my car, and I dance to Lady Gaga.
Yes.
So what makeup one have you seen of myself? Because I trust and believe, bitch. I do my makeup sometimes, but I doubt that's why you know me. Yeah. And she's like, no, you did one with like, oh my God, I'm forgetting it. Like, it was makeup. And then I was like, you saw the following and you were like, all of a sudden we're girls. Now, and I'm like, girl, you don't even know me from a fly in the wall. Yeah. Like, I could be your mother. And like, you wouldn't even know. Like, you have no idea who I am. And it's crazy to look at like the differences between the two. And like, I much rather prefer the East Coast one because listen, I have dealt with the East Coast bitch. I've dealt with her. I know how to deal with her. I love her. The LA one it's just, you never know who you're gonna get. Yeah. It's like, you never, like at least in the East Coast, if they don't want to talk to you, they will not talk to you, regardless of what event you are at. I have seen the same person and we have been in close settings and we just do not talk to each other because it's just, nope, there's no reason for us to get here. I don't care that you have X amount more followers. I don't want to talk to you, bitch. I have nothing to say to you. Respect. Love that. In LA, you kind of have to fish through like the people that are like, I would much rather be clawing my eyes out than having a conversation with you. But here I am having a conversation with you. And I love your outfit. You look so amazing. Yeah. Like,
it's just exhausting. And it's like, you feel like you never can just even let your guard down. Even as terms as like, we would get in trouble in the house for like what we wear. Going to like get food. I
remember we would get.
I had a fight because I was like, bro, I just want to get food in my polo pants. Like I don't want to do my hair right now. And it's like, why don't you like put on some jeans? I'm like, bro, it's late. I'm hungry. Like put on some makeup. They would tell me to put on like makeup. And like there was a time I got really hurt. I'm not even gonna lie, I had a whole breakdown.
Oh, I remember with they basically called her ugly.
Y'all were calling me ugly out of makeup and clothes, and I was like,
they're like, you want people to like pay attention to you, and if that's that was another conversation too. That it was just like, you have to be careful of what you wear.
Even going to Target, it's like, do your hair, do your makeup.
Bitch, I'm going to Target just to like walk around. I'm not going to Target to get my picture taken. Like, oh my God, me and the soaps. Like, it's never that serious. I had the same type of conversation when they were like, I'm a sweatsuit girl. I wear sweats to almost every single occasion, whether it's a wedding or a funeral. I'm gonna find a way to wear a sweat. I'm gonna find it, and it's gonna be comfortable, and it's gonna be fashion, bitch. When I tell you, like, it's going to kill. And literally, the conversation was, you can start to wear something that's like not so much of like athleisure wear. And I said, but that's the gig. That's me, bitch. I'm like, it's grungy and it's athletic and it's comfortable. I was like, no, I'm not changing. And I also would just get into so many different arguments because one thing I'm not gonna do is have somebody tell me what to do. Oh, like, absolutely not, especially somebody that was like visibly younger than me. Facts. Don't know if we can say that, but no, it just, again, and you could tell like when people go out, it's like, oh, you're really trying it. Yeah. And go slay. If you want to go out in a full prom dress.
I wish I could be that girl. I
literally wish. Can't. I just can't.
I can't do my makeup every day. This hair, y'all see that? I can't do this every day. Right. I'm going to be honest. I just can't. Bun, slick back, like whatever.
It's a different, I don't know. Maybe it's just different cultures. Or maybe we're just lazy as fuck. Yeah. But like, I don't know.
What if a fan meets you? I'm like, bro, I meet fans in Target. I'm wearing full on pajama pants. Actually, hair is disgusing. Bonnet on. I'll take a picture.
You're crazy though, because you're genuinely crazy because I do not agree. I do not agree.
No, I've never to me one time. I've never been bonnet on.
That happened to me. I thought I was gonna say you had your bonnet. No, I was kidding. And you were like, I was like, no, girl, you're crazy. Because that's happened to me though, where I look like a bum on the street. Like I just look like I haven't seen the light of day in a couple weeks. And somebody will come up to me, and I will never say no, but I'm like, I really wish I had a gloss on right now. Yeah. I was like, I really wish I had a gloss on right now, but I'll just put my hoodie on and I'll be like, I'll do the one where it's like, you're like, nah, I understand for that. But to the level that they wanted us to do it, completely different. Like this would have been not okay. Yeah. This would have been not okay. This would have been like, blasphemy, dishonor to your family. What's wrong with you? Like, I'm like, girl, I think I'm killing it. I don't know. I think I'm living. I feel really good about myself. Thank you very much.
Right.
Like, maybe you should check yourself. You know what? I was going to start going back into the old things that we used to say, but you know what? Let me not do it on the podcast. Because bitch going mad angry. But no, it just, there was no reason for it. It was, what was the point? Mm-hmm. But also, I think it's just, when you go, as advice, because a lot of times people come up to me and they'll be like, how do you get started with content? Mm-hmm. And I'm looking to move to LA and I'm trying to do, and I'm like, first off, stop. That's your first thing. Never go to Los Angeles because you want to have a career in content. The whole point of this is that you can do this from your phone. It doesn't matter where you're from. Doesn't matter where you are. You're from Virginia.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about Virginia. I know Alexander Hamilton did some business over there.
Oh.
But did he?
I think it was New York, actually.
The best city in the world.
Period. Alexander Hamilton.
I don't know who was in Virginia was it a colony?
George Washington, Virginia, Mount Vernon.
George Washington, old as hell.
The White House. DC is Virginia.
The White House is in Virginia?
Oh, yes. Yes, Emily. Well, okay.
Where's Washington, D.C.?
People watching this might be like,
see, they're so stupid.
It's its own little thing. Okay, I consider D.C. a place in Virginia. Because I live in the D.C. area. So it's all my field trips.
I can't negate. I don't know anything about Virginia.
But also, there's nothing there, basically. It's all yeehaw.
That's what I'm saying.
D.C. or yeehaw. Like,
it's all hold down, throw down over there. Like,
right.
Anything after, I don't know. I mean, maybe Virginians will get mad, but you're from her, so come at her, not me. But, like, the whole point of being able to create content is that you could do it anywhere.
Right.
I'm on prison TikTok.
Uh-huh.
You think that people in prison are thinking, damn, after I get out of here, I gotta go to LA to start my what? They're making content in prison. And I don't know if I'm getting anybody in trouble. I hope to God not. But have you seen the prison videos of people doing the dances in prison?
Yes.
So if you're telling me that these people can find a will and a way to do these videos in prison, why in the hell do you have to move to Los Angeles?
Like, that was so funny.
Because
they're not thinking, man, when I get out of here, man.
They're like, damn, the moment I get out of here, I gotta move to LA because how else am I gonna start my video, my content career? Like, literally, they don't. It's just like, again, the whole point of it was to have fun.
Right.
And I keep always hearing, like, I gotta move to LA. I gotta move to LA. I gotta move to LA. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Now, I will say, if you want more opportunity to do like events and brand stuff, pick the lesser of two evils. It's gonna be New York. It's gonna be Los Angeles. Even Atlanta right now, I heard it's like pop on and popping a little bit. But again, I don't have anything in Atlanta. I would just be like, what's the point?
I'm here.
Right, like, hey, Atlanta, woo. Like, I mean, I'm sure it's so much fun over there. It's just that I don't have anything over there that draws me there. Like, my whole family's over here. But like, it's just, you don't have to. It's just never that serious.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love to visit LA though. I love to visit, just not to live. That's what I tell people all the time. They're like, oh, did you like LA? I'm like, I love to visit. The weather's beautiful.
The weather is beautiful.
Beautiful. There's some sightseeing. It's cool. But honestly, it's all very underwhelming.
Yeah.
I would much like, literally, when I came back and I seen like the trees and I seen everything, I was like, Right.
When I saw that skyscraper and that dusty, musky ass air waving to my nostrils. Ooh, que mierda. I was like, I'm home. When I smelled that the Hudson River, oof, I said, wow, I've never smelled anything more beautiful. Like,
no, that whole ride home, I was just looking out the window. I was like, I can't believe I'm like back here.
Yeah.
It was just like
I was like, thank
cool.
God. It was like I felt like I could breathe again.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I don't know. I always do tell people that, like, if you've never gone to LA, always visit. Like,
definitely go.
You definitely have, like, it's beautiful over there, but it's just, I don't know.
You just can't. For me personally, I just could not live there.
Yeah.
Like, a little thing of lemonade was $4. Like, the prices, everything is just very much superficial, expensive. Like,
just expensive for no reason. Though. Like, at least in New York, depending on where you go, unless you go to Brooklyn, which is a whole different state. That's Virginia part 2. Okay. Because getting to Brooklyn is a death trap. I hate getting to Brooklyn. Unless you're going to Brooklyn, which Brooklyn, you'll pay $15 for a lavender chai matcha tea latte with a little bit of like cinnamon on top. I've seen it. That with the exception of that, you can go into like a coffee shop and for real get yourself like a cup of coffee.
Dollar-sized pizzas, New York.
Dollar-sized pizza. They're not that great, but actually, I really do.
I love them.
I like 1.99 pizza because that's the one I grew up on. Okay. But like, there are some that I'm like, ooh, this did not hit.
But it's $1.
But it's $1. But it's $1. That's what I'm saying. There's something for everybody over here. I feel like in LA, it's very much like, I don't know.
It's a model or it's like influencer model.
The model influencer. I'm trying to be an. Everybody's trying to
Everyone's
be
trying.
Everyone's
and
trying
honestly, I'm not gonna lie, and like I kept this to myself kind of. But I was like, LA low-key crushed all my dreams of Broadway. I was literally like, here I was confident. I would cry every night in the dance class in the heels. I was like, I can't do this. I was like, we were in like beginners and these girls were phenomenal. Yeah. And I was like, I will never make it.
Well, that's another difference between like, okay, I'm a dancer that was trained on the East Coast. I go to Broadway Dance Center to take class. I went to LA. The differences between the dance world over there is just really astronomical as well. Yeah, the dancers are, first of all, they are doing, again, I feel like everything in LA is you're there for a viral moment. Yeah. They're such an example. Every class is filmed. Every class was filmed. In Broadway Dance Center, not every single class is filmed. And a lot of the times the teachers will tell you not to film. Yeah. And in LA, we were specifically told to film yourself to a point where I got really uncomfortable because the way that I was raised up as a dancer was you do not film in class. This is not for Instagram. This is not for TikTok. This is for you to learn. This is for you to learn. And obviously there are benefits out of recording yourself and being able to see yourself, but it should not be every single time. Yeah. Like it should not be every single time. In LA, it was, why are you not recording yourself? Yeah. And I was like, literally, like it was the biggest mold that I had to break because I was like, but what if it's rude to the choreographer? If while he's talking, I'm setting up my phone and being like, renegade, like the differences between the two. And even the classes, I will say the classes were a little bit harder in LA because of the fact that these people were doing flips on their heads and like, and I can flip on my head. I could do that. Like, that's fine. But the level of intensity and quickness that these people were doing it because of the fact that everything is expedited. Wow! Everything is expedited over there. Like, it is insane. Over here, it's more just like the more time and attention you give to it, the better it will come out. Over there, it's like there is no time to do this. You do this now because if you don't, somebody is going to come and take your spot. Same thing in New York. Like, if you don't put in the work, somebody's going to come and take your spot. But you better be putting in the work because there's people that are here have been doing it for like 20 plus years. Yeah. In LA, it's like, I've been dancing for 4 years and I'm already booked on and it's like, holy shit. Like, there's not a time to breathe. Now, if that's the atmosphere that you work best in,
then it's good for you.
Right. But that's just not the atmosphere I work best in. Like, that's not how I was raised. That's not how I was raised. Of you pay attention to every single detail and you have a plan for the 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 plan. And that's how you get things to go. Like, there's just different ways to do it. Not one way is right or wrong. It's just differences. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, Ho?
Yeah, I mean, I was curious. I was like, I didn't dance. I was so little though, but like at LA, that was my first time, doing dance there. And I did notice it was very much like you literally come there, the dance is down, and then the filming after they'd have like the full-on camera crew. Yeah. Like
in New York, they have somebody's busted ass iPhone 6. Cracked screen on the back. Ooh. Cracked screen on the back and be like, do it again, do it again. Ah, damn, I didn't get it. All right, well, good class, guys. We'll see you guys next. Like, it was
but
very
LA, it was like
that.
A full-on like big camera. Like they walk around like
lights, like
light crew.
We had a live band.
We had a live band.
It was cool, but I was like,
it's rehearsal.
I'm like, are we rehearsing or are we at the jazz bar, bitch? Like, give me a glass of wine. Like, what is happening over here?
And also they'd post the videos. Like,
they would use
it.
No, they did groups, but then they always were just like, oh God, it was just, everything was always posted. It just felt like there was never a moment of like.
Also, do you think there's a difference, like, maybe New York versus LA? Like, I feel like a lot of the dance teachers in LA are like dance teachers, but like they're TikTokers. Like, are they're influencers? I mean,
this is gonna sound a little shady, but there's the Matt Stefaninas of the world, which is like, he is just straight like TikTok dances. Like, he's talented. He has built his career and he's done what he's done, and nobody can take that away from him. But like, yeah, there are the dancers that really just do it for like, we want a TikTok moment. We want, this song is trending, we're gonna do it. Like, and there's choreographers in New York that do the same thing. But I find that the choreographers in Broadway Dance Center, the ones that have been there for a hot minute, like those are really just there to teach you. Like, they're really just there to teach you, and they're there to teach you like the things over there. And I mean, also you got to think about it. In LA, it's like the artists are everywhere, so these choreographers are flying in to like, oh, let me just pop in and do a class in Playhouse or whatever, Millennium. Like, I'll just pop in, do it. Oh, I'm on tour with Lizzo. Like, our heel instructor is on tour with Lizzo right now. Like, slay on her. But it's like, you know, there's not a consistency because these people are still actively working. And like, whether they're working as working dancers or working on social media, they're still working outside of it. As opposed to in Broadway Dance Center, some of them are still working, but like, they're working as teachers. Like, they've devoted their life now. We're like, I'm a teacher now. I'm done. I did what I did, and that's it. I'm not touring the world anymore. I'm now just here to give back. And I think, you know, there's more of that over here than there is over there, but there definitely is some of that over there. Because some of the choreographers that I worked with over there were absolutely amazing. But none of them like what I've met over here, that I'm just like,
girl, I need to get over here then. Because I never did it in New York.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot. I mean, I also used to just primarily focus it on like hip hop. And like that. And I think I took a contemporary class in LA. Oh my God. It was weekly.
My gosh.
You would see the bruises I would have on my body.
She would come home in like pain, and I would feel so bad because you would be there for hours.
It was like a 5-hour day. And like, they're all chilling at home playing Mario Party.
Doing literally nothing.
Just overall, you know, each world, again, this isn't to shit on LA. This isn't to shit on New York. It's just really just to show you guys, like, also the insides of what doing this actually looks like professionally. Like, we're professional content creators. That's what we do. That's my career. When I go to fill out my taxes, I don't know where to put it because they haven't recognized it as a job. But it's a job. Like, this is what we do, and this is kind of like the inner workings, and it gets a lot worse. And we didn't really dive into like the scary parts of it, where like you'll be put in situations that are not okay and never will be okay. To this day, I'm like, I can't believe they put me in a situation like that. Like, that's so scary. But it's just the truth of the situation. And each side has their good. Each side has their bad. And it's really just dependent on what you want and where you see yourself as an individual growing. Some people thrive in LA. And some people, literally, their souls die in LA. And, like, I think for both of us, it was the second option. Where we were literally, like, living in a ball of anxiety. And everything that I was producing, I was like, this isn't what I want to do. And it really made it a point where I came back here where I was like, I'm no longer doing things that I don't want to do. I want to start really diving into the things that I love and I genuinely am passionate about, because that's what's fun to see. It's not fun to see somebody like make content to like satiate your need of whatever. People don't want to see that. Like, I feel like people can tell that. And it is what it is. It's just all dependent on where you see yourself, where you think you will thrive. And you know, I know there's some people out there that really are killing it, and they really are killing it.
Props to them.
And props to them. But we've had so many conversations at the same time where people are out there and you see like their soul is just tarnished. Like, it's in pieces, and they're like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I think we got out the perfect time.
We did.
Because even leading up to it, I was kind of like, I want to go home so bad.
You said you wanted to quit. You said I don't know if you wanted to tell people that, but
no, I wanted to quit. I couldn't. I can't describe it, but it was just like, I just needed to get out of there. I couldn't do it no more. I was treated horribly. Like, even the room situation, like,
you're treated like shit.
I literally, like you said, like, I felt like a cash cow, and I was like, bro, like, y'all just see me as $signs and just see at Kaylin Wiley. And I was like, I'm a person, you know?
I'm a person before anything, and that's what got me here in the first place. And it's like, even the conversation of like you even wanting to quit, like, that was like, I was like, girl, just play it out. Just play it out.
Because it was a good opportunity. Like, let's be honest, rent-free LA, come on, bro.
And I'm grateful for the experience. I'm gonna do it. I'm grateful for the experience because now I know that's not what I want. But I'm grateful that I know that now, and I had that experience. And also, it's a lot of different factors. We were in a house, and that had its own like trials and tribulations within it, outside of the whole industry. But overall, it was just still like, you know, it had its own energy, and it just, it didn't sit with me. It didn't sit with me.
Not at all.
But I mean, luckily, you know, I'm still grateful for the opportunity. I would do it again.
Like, literally, if you told me, Kaylin, this is how it's gonna go, I would sign up
I would still do it again. I would have never met you.
I would have never met you.
And like,
it was like, it all kind of worked out. And if I had to learn a lesson, I'm glad I learned it like that. Yeah. You know, and I'm glad it ended. We have no communication, blocks on everything. But if that's how it had to end, like, that's fine. At least we're not in, like, lawsuits, and because it very much could have gone to that.
It really, and there are stories like that where people owe millions, thousands. People are in lawsuits. People are, like, we got a really good deal.
We did.
I know everybody wants to, like, whoever else has their own experience. My specific experience, it was, you know, damaging for what it was worth, but at least, you know, you go through things and you learn things, and we learned a lot. I learned so much. So I'm appreciative of the experience. This was just a little inside of, you know, hearing what it was like living on both ends. I don't think I've ever really heard anybody kind of talk about the discrepancies between the two. Yeah. I know everybody's over here, so they talk about their experiences. Everybody's over here, they talk about that. But as people who have dealt with both, this is what we have gotten. And if you guys, you know, think that we're wrong, again, that's why it's called That's Debatable. That's debatable. And you guys will disagree and be like, LA's the best city in the world. Okay, but why? I would love to hear why. I would love to hear why in the comments below. Don't DM me on some crazy shit. On the comments below, I would love to hear why. But no, I think that's pretty much it for today. This is good. I really liked having you as a guest. I know. I feel like this was cute. Do you guys like guests? You guys not like guests? Imagine you're like, fuck that bitch. We hated her. She was terrible. Her with her blonde hair. Like,
oh, yeah, like the new hair?
New hair, who did? But yeah, no. If, you know, I'm really interested to hear what you guys think about this. Right. If any of you guys ever experienced it, or if you're actually living it right now, or if you're in a content house, I would love to hear what your experience is. We love talking about this. Hopefully you'll be on again. Yes. Hopefully you didn't hate it too much.
No, this was awesome. My first podcast, guys. First podcast.
And it's with your girl. But yeah, no. Thank you guys so much for watching. Always tune in every week for a new episode. This one was a little different. We talked a little bit, you know, about what we do on the regular, but we hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. You guys know the business already. Yeah. But yeah, you have anything to say? You want to plug yourself a little bit?
Yes, if you guys, you know, want to follow me on Instagram, it's at omgkaylin. My TikTok is at Kaylin Wiley, and my YouTube is omgkaylin as well.
Right. YouTube work in progress.
YouTube, yes. Content's about to thrive. I'm moving to Philly. I'm a Philly girl now, y'all. So content's about to thrive.
So she's really East Coast right now. That's what I'm saying. But all right, everybody. You know where my socials is at. Everything is listed in the description below. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe. Or if you don't, I mean, hey, well, my name is Emely. Have an amazing day, even though this will probably be out in a couple weeks. But still, have a great day. Love you guys, and thanks for tuning in always on That's Debatable. Bye.
Bye.